With the 15th pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Corey Coleman, wide receiver, Baylor.
Well, he's fast, and Corey Coleman making his Browns debut at Cleveland's rookie minicamp this weekend. Now, the Baylor wideout was drafted in the round of 1 to be Cleveland's #1 receiver. And Coleman telling our Aditi Kinkawala that he can make big plays in the league despite being 5'11".
On the 50-50 balls, not afraid. I'm going to go up and get the ball. I'm going to try to attack the ball. I don't let my size get in the way. I feel like I'm just as big as anybody out there when I'm playing.
Does it matter where you play?
It doesn't. You know, you can play me in the inside, outside. I'm trying to get the ball and score touchdowns.
What do you have to prove this weekend?
I got to prove a lot. I got to get the playbook down. I got to learn a lot. There's a lot of stuff for me to learn, but so far it's going good, and I'm just happy to be here.
When there are so many young receivers here together, so many young drafted receivers, is it, okay, we're the young money crew, or it's a lot more competitive?
You know, it's competitive, but we're helping each other out. You know, who's gonna play who's gonna play. That's simple as that. But we're helping each other out. You know, some people might know a little bit more than others, but you know, I can come to Ricardo, I can come to Rashard, I can come to Payne, they can come to me and say, hey, this is what we have, and you know, work together. This makes us a better team.
All right, so you and Cody Kessler spent a lot of time together before the draft, but you and Robert kind of had that Baylor thing going. So right. Which way do you lean?
May the best man win. You know, I'm happy for both of them. They get an opportunity to come in. They're going to showcase, you know, their skills, and the best man's going to win, and there's not going to be any hard feelings.
Corey Coleman, that guy, he can flat out run. But my question to you is, does Hugh Jackson, does he have the dogs to walk in the division?
Yeah, I think he does, and I think they have an advantage. I'm not saying they win the division.
The division is tough.
It is tough, but what I'm saying is that team is built as a tough team. They just unfortunately underperform. Joe Thomas is one of the best tackles in the. They have tough football players. Joe Hayden is one of the best corners in the game. They have a lot of assets on that team, and what they did in the draft, I think, is add to the asset. The other advantage I think that they have, and again, I will say this, I will talk slow. I'm not saying they win the division. What I'm saying is they will be able to compete because there's also the unknown of RG3. They haven't seen a guy in that division with those kind of wheels. It's going to look different. Hugh's going to run an entirely different offense that they haven't seen.
So they don't finish last in the division.
I believe they may, but it would not surprise me if they were in second or third. And remember, we've had 3 teams from that division go to the playoffs in years past as well.
I mean, the teams in that division are so strong. You look at the Steelers coming back, and they'll have Le'Veon Bell. I mean, even with Martavis Bryant suspended, I don't even think that's going to matter. I mean, Baltimore. The Ravens, they had so many injuries last year. All of those guys are getting back healthy. The only thing with the Bengals is that they lost Hugh Jackson, I feel like, and Mohamed Sanu, Marty Jones.
But those are keys, though, because see, look at what happened to Baltimore when they lost Kubiak. That offense has never found its way. So there's going to be some growing pains for Cincinnati trying to figure out who we are. Now, they will overcome it over time, but that transition generally doesn't happen quickly.
It almost sounded like a slight on Cam Cameron because they got rid of him and then they won a Super Bowl and then they went to Baton Rouge. I don't know.
Does RG3 have it easier, though, in this division than he had in the NFC East? I look at the pass rushers, and I think the individual pass rushers are probably better in the NFC East than they are in the AFC North. But that's just one part of it.
No, but I think that's fair. I think that's the key part of it is all about the pressure. I mean, Pittsburgh is still trying to find itself. You know, they haven't Harrison and Wooden. They haven't found that thing again. Cincinnati is okay rushing the passer. They're good players. Obviously, Geno in the middle, and I mean, you know, they got some great assets there, but not domination. So to your point, I agree with you that he may have more time, and then you add what Hugh might do with him and cleaning some things up. I think
and the offensive line, though, because the Browns quarterbacks got sacked a ton. I mean, always we talk about the Titans getting sacked a lot, but the Browns did, and they lost Alex Mack and Mitchell Schwartz, too.
Well, they drafted the kid from Florida State, and we talked to Cam last week. I mean, they drafted him with the expectation, because, you know, it's hard to pay a center $10 million. It just is.
Yeah.
I mean, in today's economics, not that he doesn't deserve it, because Mac is a phenomenal football player, but these are the realities of football. So what do you do in the realities? You draft somebody who can play in that position. So they draft Cam to go in and say, look, we expect you to play as good, if not better. You know, we drafted you for this very purpose. So they're looking at retooling, and there'll be some growing pains as he learns the center position, you know, NFL center position. But I still like what Cleveland has done and the trajectory they're on. And what I challenge people to do, forget about what happened in the past. Because the people who were there had nothing to do with anything that happened in the past. Judge the Cleveland Browns on the actions that they're doing. And right now, the Cleveland Browns, along with the Tennessee Titans, have had one of the best off seasons of any club in the National Football League.
It's a new regime, and this could be history right here. The longest discussion as pertaining to the Cleveland Browns in the history
I want to go
of the Cleveland Browns.
We got a lot of man cell chat for a while.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's not all good, though. Still to come right here. A lot of good